Welcome to Real Hi-Fi Help. So, this is basically a review of the audio Note Tonmeister Meishu Phono amplifier, as you can see. So, this is a very different sort of audio note sound that, just is for a different type of audio note listener. I think it's one of the very best amplifiers in the world. It's hard to rank it precisely, but they make these basically in three levels. They make it in the, as you can see down here, and then they make them in the phono version here, as you can see. Three levels again with the phono version. So we're basically talking about the base model here, and I think that I get so many questions from people asking me about this and that and what should they do, and I feel that a lot of people in this world would benefit from just having a regular 300B amplifier like this one, because it just glues everything together, makes everything music, and you just end up listening to a whole album instead of just one or two songs from an album. It's like putting on vinyl instead of listening to streaming via your phone or whatever. So it's basically just enjoyment. And I think that with the Tonmeister Meishu, it's some of the highest level of enjoyment on the market, and I've heard a lot of pleasant amplifiers on the market, especially in the whole tube area, and I just feel that this is like in a class for itself. You know, you have a lot of these 300B tubes and tube amps, and some that are just really expensive, and they're generally just all really good, and I just feel that this is like the creme de la creme, you know, top of the pop. And I've written a long review about why that is. It's I think it's just all about the music, all about the personality, and having that really evolved sound that you never get tired of. That's basically what this amp is about. And of course you guys can just pause it and read the long text that I've written here, but I feel that I also have to mention, I'm going to mention this again at the bottom, that there are a lot of half bad cheap speakers that just have really big issues with the structure and especially the signature, and I feel that a lot of those speakers could really benefit from a thing like this if they were of a more efficient speaker nature. You know, if they typically were up in those 93, 94, 95 to like 100 dB area, you know. Coincidentally, I spoke to a lot of people with avant-garde speakers, and they were really happy with them. They wouldn't really get rid of those speakers, but they couldn't really find an amplifier that had that. Oh, this is by the way a bonus section here. They couldn't really find that amplifier that would give them that personality, that would make them glued to the speaker for hours and hours. And I feel that especially users with, you know, Tektron speakers or JBLs, they would benefit from an amplifier like this, because a lot of people that have JBLs, they have some pretty half bad transistor gear on it that kind of exposes the sound, makes it more flawed and gray and shouty and all kinds of weird things here and there. And I just feel that Meishu is just one of those amps where it fixes problems, you know. Like, for example, here we have one of the best speakers in the world. A lot of people can't control the speaker, and you typically would control it with putting more watts on this bad boy here, and that is a way of controlling the sound, but signature wise you're still getting over to a sound that is more two-dimensional. And I've heard some triode amps on this speaker. This isn't a super efficient speaker, but it's still pretty efficient, 93 dB. I think that I would guess that the Tonmeister Meishu, the basic model, can just drive this so it's convincingly enough, so you don't feel like it's really lacking power in a small 15-20 square meter room. I feel that it can do that, so it's convincing. And by the way, I heard a triode amplifier on a Sarastro speaker like this one that was only about half as powerful as the basic Meishu model. And it surprisingly was just a very, very, very different angle of view on the detail. It just made it a lot more about the substance, about the signature. And you didn't really mind about what type of music you put on the speaker. And I'm just saying, most people will never do this. They will never put a triode amp on a super revealing speaker like this. And I'm just giving people the idea that you can do this. It's actually possible, especially when you get up to like the mid and the highest level Tonmeister. It actually sounds pretty good with gear like this, even though I haven't specifically heard it on this. So yeah, maybe more people in the world should consider 300B amps, because at the highest level 300B amps becomes just really addictive, that type of sound. And usually with 300B amps you just get this sort of veiled, safe, tubey, stuck in the middle, creamy sound where you're just missing a lot of edge, a lot of layering, a lot of 3D. And I feel that this is sort of an exception to that rule. I actually don't know what this thing costs. I'm guessing, I don't know, 8 to 15, 16, 17,000 US dollars. That's just me guessing. I had a hard time figuring out the prices. This was just not an easy amplifier to find the price on. I could find all the older models when they had the old Meishu before the Tonmeister Meishu. And even the older models, they're also just really good, really musical. So yeah, a lot of people could solve a lot of problems with a 300B amp. And yeah, I just find this to be almost the best 300B amp that there is on the market. There might be some other ones also in these extreme price classes of, like 50k US dollars plus. There might easily be some that come close to this. But yeah, this was basically the best 300B sound that I found. And I don't know if I've mentioned it to you guys, but the top Tonmeister Meishu amplifier, that is like the best amplifier that I've ever heard, integrated amplifier. So yeah, would be nice to own that one day. Yeah, would be really nice. It's definitely on my list. And I feel that, especially if you're into stuff that has a lot of class, that it isn't just about the detail, the structure, the tightness of the bass, but you're really into, like, if you're really about getting the best signature of an amplifier that you could ever buy, I think that this top model here Tonmeister Silver, what's it called? Phono Silver Signature Tonmeister. I think that's basically the best signature out there. Has a certain way of reproducing voices and instruments, and I thought that, yeah, I might as well mention it on my channel, because it's just one of those really rare things. And yeah, I'm anyway soon stopping with the video production here, so it was one of the few things that I hadn't covered. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and you can just read the text from this document. So that's me logging off. Have a nice day.